Good morning, everyone. My name is Eka Syifa Febriani, student number 0924014841. I'm from the morning class of the second semester at the English department, Pekalongan University. Today, I'm going to read and analyze a scientific report titled Effects of Climate Change on Coral Reefs. This presentation is part of my midterm assignment for the Reading for Professional Context course at the English department of Pekalongan University. I will begin by reading the text aloud, and after that, I will explain my answers to the question related to this report. I will also share how I found those answers. Effects of climate change on coral reefs. Coral reefs are diverse ecosystems that provide habitat for a wide range of marine species and play a crucial role in supporting coastal communities and economies. However, coral reefs are increasingly threatened by the effects of climate change, including rising sea temperatures, ocean acidification, and extreme weather events. To investigate the effects of climate change on coral reefs, researchers conducted a comprehensive literature review of studies examining change in coral reefs' health and biodiversity in response to environmental stressors. Data from satellite observations, field surveys, and laboratory experiments were analyzed to assess the extent of coral bleaching, mortality, and ecosystem degradation. The results of the study revealed significant impacts of climate change on coral reefs worldwide. Rising sea temperatures have led to more frequent and severe coral bleaching events, resulting in widespread coral mortality and loss of habitat for associated marine species. Ocean acidification has also affected coral reef health by reducing the availability of carbonate ions essential for coral growth and calcification. The findings highlight the urgent need for mitigation and adaptation measures to protect coral reefs from the impacts of climate change. Efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and limit global warming are essential to prevent further deterioration of coral reefs ecosystems. Additionally, local management strategies such as marine protected areas and coral restoration initiatives can help enhance the resilience of coral reefs to environmental stressors. In conclusion, climate change poses a significant threat to the health and resilience of coral reefs ecosystems worldwide. Urgent action is needed to address the root causes of climate change and implement conservation measures to protect and restore coral reefs for the future generations. Analyze and elaborate the text above. For the first question about generic structure, I identified each component in the text. The introduction appears in paragraph 1, where it states that coral reefs are diverse ecosystems and explain how they are increasingly threatened by climate change. The methods section is in paragraph 2, describing a comprehensive literature review and analysis of data from satellite observation, field surveys, and laboratory experiments. The results section is found in paragraph 3, which details how rising sea temperatures have led to more frequent and severe coral bleaching events. The discussion appears in paragraph 4, highlighting the urgent need for mitigation and adaptation measures. Finally, the conclusion in paragraph 5 states that climate change poses a significant threat and urgent action is needed. Language features. For question A2 about language features, I identified 4 key characteristics of scientific reporting. First, the text maintains a formal tone throughout, using phrases like "the findings highlight" rather than personal pronouns like "we found." And then second, it presents information objectively, stating facts like rising sea temperatures have led to, without emotional language. Third, it employs technical vocabulary such as coral bleaching, ocean acidification, and marine protected areas. And finally, it uses clear headings to organize information into sections like introduction, methods, and results. Multiple choice questions. Moving on to the multiple choice questions. For question 1, I selected answer A, effects of climate change on coral reefs. As the primary focus, this is evident from both the title and content of every paragraph in the report. For the question 2, regarding research methods, I chose answer D, all of the above. This is based on paragraph 2, which specifically mentions literature review of studies, blah blah blah, data from satellite observation, field surveys, and laboratory experiments. For the question 3 about the impacts of rising sea temperatures, I selected answer D, all of the above. Paragraph 3 clearly states that rising temperatures cause coral bleaching events, resulting in widespread coral mortality and loss of habitats. Multiple choice question number 4. For question 4, regarding recommendations, I chose answer A, limiting global warming. This comes directly from paragraph 4, which emphasizes the need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and limit global warming. For question 5, about the main conclusion, I selected answer B, urgent action is needed to protect coral reefs ecosystems. This explicitly states in paragraph 5, urgent action is needed to address blah 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 climate change and implement conservation measures. Higher order thinking skills, essays. Now for the higher order thinking questions. The first asks about the effectiveness of current conservation efforts. In my answer, I explained that local conservation efforts like marine protected areas and restoration projects are helpful but insufficient alone. While they can protect reefs from local threats like fishing and pollution, they cannot address global issues like warming temperatures and ocean acidification. This analysis connects to paragraph 4, which discusses both local management strategies and the need for broader climate action. And Now for the second hot question about impacts on coastal communities, I explained that reef loss will affect food security by reducing fish populations, devastate tourism economies worth approximately $36 billion annually, increase coastal vulnerability to storms, and poten- potentially create poverty and social problems. This builds upon paragraph 1's statement that coral reefs play a crucial role in supporting coastal communities and economies. But I expanded on the specific consequences based on broader knowledge of reef ecosystem. And next, the third hot questions ask about barriers to international collaboration. I identified several key challenges, including economic constraints in developing countries, short-term political thinking, sovereignty concerns, and poor stakeholder communication. My proposed solutions included equitable funding systems, respecting local knowledge, training local experts, and facilitating dialogue. While paragraph 4 implies the importance of collaborative action through mitigation and adaptation measures, my answer develop this concept more fully by identifying specific obstacles and solutions. For the fourth hot question on raising awareness, I suggested using powerful visual media, education programs, social media campaigns, business partnership, and incorporating traditional knowledge. These strategies will help implement the urgent action called for in paragraph 4 and 5. Though I've expanded significantly on the specific approaches that might be effective. And then the last hot question is personal question. Regarding the personal impact of learning about this topic, I shared how understanding coral reef degradation has made climate change more tangible and urgent for me. It's helped me see connections between terrestrial and marine environments, motivated personal behavior change, and highlighted how environmental protection is linked to human welfare. While the entire text provides context for the reflection, it represents my personal response to the information presented. In conclusion, analyzing this report has deepened my understanding of both coral reef ecosystem and the serious threats they face from climate change. The text effectively communicates the urgency of this issue and need for immediate action at both local and global levels. Thank you for your attention, and that's all for me. See you next presentation, and thank you. Bye bye.